Hey folks, Rob here. And I had one of my viewers ask, said they would like to see a comparison between these two firearms here. And these are on loan to me from my brother. These are both his, so they'll be going back to him tomorrow night. So I thought while I had them, we'd take a look at them and compare them to each other. They're both, this is the Sig Mosquito, and it is a 22 caliber copy. It's a scaled down copy of the Sig 226. It was they're made in I think these are made in Germany. Most of these are made by, this one in particular was probably produced by GSG, German Sport Gun, who makes a lot of these knockoffs for these companies like the 1911s and the Beretta 92s and some of the other more popular 22 caliber. This gun was discontinued by Sig, but you can still currently buy this gun as a GSG Firefly. And but this was Sig's kind of a 22 caliber downsize of the Sig 226. Now the Walther P22, I don't know that it was ever actually meant to mimic anything. I know it looks kind of PPQ-ish. And both these guns are empty. They have been safety checked. Neither one of them has any rounds in it, so they're both safe to handle. So we're just going to lay this box out of the way, and we're going to talk about these guns a little bit as they compare to each other. There is the Sig and the Walther. Now, as far as size-wise, there's a drastic difference in size. The little PPQ or P22 is substantially smaller in size, but there again, the Sig was meant to be just a slightly downsized copy of their Sig 226, which is probably meant to be more like a training gun to train for their full-size handguns. This one has all the controls of a basic Sig. You do have your slide releases here, your decocker here, your takedown lever, magazine release. I don't know if these are reversible or not, possibly. This particular model comes with, I don't know if he got more than one magazine with this or not, but he sent it with one 10-round magazine. These are metal magazines, and it does hold 10 rounds. And as you can see there, there's quite a bit of meat in the frame around that. And these, I think these are a polymer frame. Yes, these are a, well, I'm saying that, but then I'm second guessing myself. Maybe that is aluminum frame. So anyway, that is a look at the, and they are substantially, in size wise, a whole lot of difference. I don't know if you can see that there or not, but the P22 is substantially shorter and shorter in length and slimmer. The P22 is just a smaller gun all around, and that's evident when you hold it in your hand. When you hold the Mosquito in your hand, you got the feel of more of a full-size gun. I kind of equate this to maybe a Glock 19-ish size, you know, in that ballpark. Whereas this, I would say, is more in the size of maybe a Smith & Wesson Shield, maybe slightly bigger than a Shield, but not much. They're not much difference in these. Weight, this one is substantially lighter. Like I said, I believe this is aluminum frame, where this has a polymer frame. But they're both double action, single action handguns, so meaning that with a pull of the trigger, you can cock the hammer and fire the round, and every subsequent shot is in single action, where you have a shorter, lighter trigger pull. And I'm not going to dry fire these because these are my brother's guns and I don't want to dry fire his guns. Each one of them does have a slide mounted safety, so most 22s do. Yeah, this little Walther, I think maybe it is marked Smith & Wesson Springfield, so I think maybe Smith & Wesson produced the lowers for Walther, these polymer sections, and the top part was produced by Walther in Germany. So, and there are the cartouche marks on it. Some of you guys might be able to disseminate what those mean. I know some of those marks mean different things as far as the Walther guns. And I don't know what year. I think there's probably even a date code on that. The BB is probably a date code. But the SIG, it was Exeter, New Hampshire is the importer. I think I read on here that it was made in Germany. I'm not seeing that right at the moment, but I think these were made in Germany. I'm not sure. Yeah, it has the same type of identifying marks up there. That's a DE. So that's probably the date code on this gun. So if you guys know anything about those, that's probably the date code on this particular gun. But this also is a double single action, and this has the heaviest double action trigger I believe I've ever felt in my life. I mean, it literally hurts my finger to shoot it. I tried shooting it twice yesterday during the shooting video in double action, and I couldn't do it. It caused pain to shoot through my finger. And of course, I'm kind of old and have a little bit of arthritis, so that doesn't help matters none. But this thing has a horrendous double action trigger. It's the single action on it. Once you rack it back, it's got a lot of take up, and then once you get it back here, it's still not a light trigger by any means. I don't want to dry fire his gun, but it is not a light trigger, and it's not god awful, but it's not good by any means. I mean, for a little range toy, I guess this will be all right. It functioned pretty good with everything I put in it, so as a range toy, this would be all right. If you're looking for something more this size, I would definitely lean toward the Taurus TX22 as opposed to this. If you were wanting a smaller, more compact 22 that still shot 10 rounds, even though this is a nice little gun, I'd probably go with the Ruger LCP2 and 22. Although I did like this gun, and at some point, if I can find one, I may purchase one. But this, to me, is just a little big to carry if you want to carry it for a self-defense gun. And I would want to put a lot more rounds through it and check it out there. But this is more of a carryable size if you were so inclined to carry a 22, which some people do. I do. I carry my 22 caliber LCP every day when I'm not at work, and so that's what I always have in my pocket. Matter of fact, it's in my pocket right now. But anyway, that was just kind of a look at both these guns. The trigger's definitely better on the Walther. Not near as heavy. If you want a range gun that's pleasurable to shoot, I really enjoyed this little gun. It does not have a decocker like the SIG does. So when you rack it back and run one in the chamber, I do like the European style mag release too. That, I have to say that I would prefer that on all my handguns. I like that. It's ambidextrous. It's easy to get to. Typically, with most guns, I have to shift my hand around to push the mag release. With a gun like this, I can actually take my trigger finger on the off side and just drop the mag. I find these to be just more user friendly. Let's check this out. Well, so with the hammer back and the safety on, yes, you can lower the hammer. So that's a good feature right there. So you don't have to hammer down on a live round. So if you had the hammer back and you wanted to let the hammer down, you would put it on safety and drop the hammer. That way if you did slip, the gun's still not going to fire. So that's a good little safety feature. This gun does have the magazine disconnect, so when you take the magazine out, it is dead. There's no shooting this gun. This gun came with 2 stainless steel 10-round magazines. This gun, on the other hand, does not have the magazine disconnect, so if you were to take your magazine out, you could still shoot the round that's in the chamber. This one also has a slide mounted safety on top of the decocker, so with the safety engaged, you can still decock the gun. So, which this is kind of redundant to me on a gun that has a decocker, but I guess if you were so inclined, I would not recommend it, but you could carry this gun with the horrendous trigger it has. It might be but you could carry this gun cocked and locked and the safety on, and you should be safe to go there, because I can tell you right now, with the hammer down, that first round is terrible, and in order to pull it, you just about have to get your fingers through there as far as you can get it and use every bit of leverage that you can get on that trigger, because I have never felt a trigger this bad. The little gun shot fairly accurate and it functioned pretty good with everything I put in it, but the trigger sucks, and the single action isn't substantially better. So this is a gun I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend it in the GSG Firefly, and I sure wouldn't recommend it in the SIG. Now the little Walther, on the other hand, are there better guns out there? Probably. Like I said, I would choose the Walther, or the Ruger LCP2 or the SR22 maybe, over this gun. The Taurus TX22, all those are good alternatives to this gun. I do like the gun, but I think these now sell for about $349, so if I had $349 to spend on a 22 handgun of this type, it probably wouldn't be this gun. So I would look at the Taurus or the Ruger or something along those lines. Maybe a Browning Buckmark or something along those. Anyway, guys, that's just a little quick comparison. I hope this helps somebody who's interested in looking at these kind of side by side. That's kind of my thoughts on them. Of all 3 of my brother's guns, I have the Ruger Wrangler there too. It's not on the table. I own 2 Ruger Wranglers, so, but if I didn't own any of these guns, if I had none of them, and I was given these 3 guns to pick one from, of these 3, I would probably go with the Ruger Wrangler, just because, first and foremost, the price. I like that type of firearm. It's fun to shoot. That being said, if this was a gun I wanted for more of a training or a defensive type weapon, I would definitely go with the Walther. This would be my second choice. This I would not want. So thanks guys for watching. I appreciate everybody, and until the next video, I hope to have my, and I'm gonna give a little hint away here, so if you watch this video to the end, you'll know about it. But I'm getting ready to plan and on doing my 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and my sister-in-law is making another cup similar to this. This is my cup, so, but she is designing me another one like this with my logo here. So it will have the Hamilton Outdoor logo on one side, and on the other side it will have a Spartan and the Molen Ave. So come and take it. So anyway, that's going to be my 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and I hopefully she'll have the cup done for me this week. I'll shoot a video on it and we'll get the contest started. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all, and until the next video, we'll see you later.